This gonna be the music section about skills. It's funny when I had talked about basketball, how people are trying to talk about Jordan the skills. I'm bringing it up with music, and you can't compare it to old school. You can't. There is nothing harder that hit you harder than funk music. There's nothing hit you harder than people that can play. People can rap and stand on the stage and say what they want to say, but I tell it all the time. Uh, Nothing hits you like old school music. The songwriting, the instrumentation, the playing. You know, I know, and like how people are. Some people I know how they feel about watching today's NBA. Feel the same way about the music. They're like, this ain't nothing. It's a joke. Like I don't like hearing people trying to compare nobody to no Michael Jackson. You ain't got nobody out here. You don't have anyone to the levels of what the skill set was back in the day. None of the rappers are hitting it. I like songs and artists today, but you ask me compared to what was like back in the day, it ain't even close. You had to bring words and music. You know, Music back then just hit different. Even acts that you knew were one hit wonders just hit you different before the technology took over. And that's what the industry has done. They roboted everything and compartmentalized everything to homogenize stuff. But there's a reason why you look back on 30, 40 years ago or 50 years ago and it just hits you a certain way if you're listening. And let me for people say, well, that was the time. And then, no, I ain't got to do with time. A great song's a great song. We could sit here and talk about sports and we could sit here and say that athleticism is bigger, stronger, quicker. You can't do that with music because great songs and structure are great songs and structure. They don't have a time period. They don't have a period where you sit there and you go, "Oh well, what they've done with the AI generated and manipulating voices, auto tune and sampling and looping, which is illegal by the way to me. It's one thing if you use a drum machine or you preset your music. It's another when you just relying on samples and loops to make a career. It's a travesty to me more than anything that's going on with Puffy or Dr. Dre or any of them that you want to mention, is that they're richer than P Funk. That somehow George Clinton and them are behind them economically. That's a travesty because the creators and the originators should be the ones that are seeing the top dollar. But the music then spoke to the soul. You can't find nothing today that's gonna hit you like an Al Green song that comes on right now. Marvin Gaye, Steve Wonder, all of those schools hit you. It's not even up for discussion. When people understand what Motown was about, what Stax was about, what Philly International was about, you know. And I'm gonna tell you something. It ain't about no age thing, because a lot of stuff I appreciate became before me, which is a lost art today. People don't research and listen. And a lot of the best stuff you're gonna hear is the stuff that came before you because of the standards of what things were. The unfortunate thing with the technology is that it pigeonhole. We come up in a time period we didn't think we were gonna hear said song again or watch it because everything was kind of like stagnant for even though you had the xylophone, the vinyl, 8-track, cassette, minis, disc, and all that, and CDs. Everything was kind of confined to a way of doing things until modern technology appeared. So I didn't think you're gonna hear that song again or what have you. But I'm gonna tell you, old school music, you can't even touch it. It will run circles around what's out here now. A lot of these acts I see out here now when you would barely be lucky to play a junior prime show, let alone be major artists. And that's one of the reasons why the quality's gone down. But I also blame the audiences. The audiences have no standards. And also, of course, the industry thinks you're dumb, so they do the dump down culture. That's what Jay-Z said, I dump down. Because they don't respect the audience's intellect. And if you let people call you out your name and say the most uh, illiterate things and diss a whole entire race pretty much, then that's what you're going to accept as normality and dysfunction. So, old school music, I can give you many reasons. You used to listen to albums in entirety. You used to listen to notes and things in the background and harmonies and intricacies and the arrangements and the complexities of a B section and a rhythm section and solos. You don't do that no more. You know, very seldom do you hear something comes on where you go, oh, okay, that's got a section, interpretation. It's important fundamentally to keep that in mind. So for people come along, and it's not that you don't embrace what's coming out, it's just that it has no soul. It's devoid of, it's vapid, you know. But let's talk. I want to know who the artists that you like, who you feel. We can have a discussion about it. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like. And please hit that membership because when you do the videos you request, I get them back to you. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay focused, stay woke, stay in tune, stay healthy. I'm out. Peace.